2 weeks into the ceasefire with Hamas, Israel faces another threat from the north. CBN News' Chris Mitchell reports from the strategic Golan Heights on the Syria-Israel border.
In late August, an Islamic group with ties to al-Qaeda scored big gains against the Syrian army. The fighting took place on Israel's northern doorstep. This is an observation point overlooking the Israeli-Syrian border. We've been hearing explosions in the background and seeing plumes of smoke, presumably fighting between al-Nusra forces and the Assad regime. One of the most important victories al-Nusra has won recently is taking over the strategic Konetra crossing about a mile behind me. For years, that served as the only portal between Israel and Syria.
Look at this. Look, there's a big mushroom there now. You see it? So the war is going on there all the time.
Arik Golansky manages a restaurant close to the border. It's in Kibbutz Marom Golan with horses and guest houses. Now there's a new terrorist neighbor.
al-Nusra control now 80% of the whole region of Konetra. It's not just here, but it's also the city, the villages.
The Golan Heights sits along Israel's northern border with Syria. Israel won the land in the 1967 Six-Day War, and for 40 years it's been Israel's quietest border. Now UN observers monitor the fighting from the heights. Recently, al-Nusra captured 45 peacekeepers. Al-Nusra is on Israel's border now, but Golansky says ISIS is not far behind.
They are more towards to the south of the Golan, and most of them are between Syria and Lebanon.
Despite the fighting nearby, life for Israelis in the Golan Heights goes on. Lilach Ashtar serves as a community liaison with the IDF.
We live a very peaceful life, but we know that a few kilometers away there is a war.
Israel will be ready. The border will be ready. The question is if the whole world is ready for this change of the Islam movement.
Being ready is why 2 U.S. pastors brought their tour group to the border.
Just to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, pray for the peace of the nation Israel, and that we need to support them and stand with them.
The proximity of that push so close to the border here of Israel is a concern for all of us, and was certainly for the people here of Israel and the land of Israel, but for the world.
Israel sits on the front lines, but the memory of 9/11 shows radical Islam knows no boundaries. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, on the Israeli-Syrian border.